And with us now over the phone is His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. A very good evening to you, Ambassador Baioumy. And sir, what do you make of the trilateral summit in Al-Aqaba in Jordan that gathered President Sisi with Jordan's king and the Palestinian president in the midst of the ongoing Israeli aggression against Palestinians in Gaza, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem, Al-Quds?
Thank you. Good evening. And this is the main partner of what we are seeing in our area. Those are the three main leaders who are in charge of solving this problem or having many solutions for it. Of course, the Palestinian president, the chairman of the PLO, he is the one who is in the middle of the war against the Palestinian. Then Egypt is the main supporter of the Palestinian question, not just because they are brothers, but because it is a part of our national security. Then King Abdullah, the brave leader, who declared that any try to forcing Palestinians to migrate, he will consider it as a war declaration. So I think the coordination among the three leaders is very important to see what we are going to do in the near future and what we are expecting in the far future, because this is not a battle of few days or few weeks. I think that we are in the middle of a big war which will continue for some time.
Right.
So we have to prepare ourselves, and the Palestinian resistance is really our secret weapon. Without the Palestinian stand, then we are nowhere. And really, I admire what the Palestinians are doing. They are in the middle of this war, but they do not leave their country and their houses. And here we are doing our best on the international level, on the regional level, on the bilateral level, until we have some successes here and there concerning the supporters of this Palestinian question.
Right.
In the United Nations with our main trade organizations. And here we are with the main partners of this war. And I hope they are on the right track. And I am quite confident that they are doing the best they can do.
Right. Ambassador Baioumy, there are so many dimensions to the situation in the Gaza Strip. Now Israel is saying that it will go into what it calls the next phase of the military operation in Gaza. At the same time, we are seeing hundreds of people still being killed every day. The US says that it wants Israel to minimize the civilian death toll. But what's happening so far, 23,000 plus in less than 100 days, that's an average of 200 plus per day. This is still what's happening. The humanitarian situation is really dire, as the United Nations and the international community and Egypt is warning. Tell me, what do you think we're going to see in the upcoming phase?
I am following what our president said lately several times, that we have priorities. The first and the immediate priority is to supply our Palestinian brothers with their medicine, with their food, with water, whatever they need. And it's not enough. And according to the international, the United Nations Agency for Migration, they said that what we are helping, the whole world is helping the Palestinians by 10% of what they need up till now.
Right.
We are trying to make this our first priority, to make them live and to earn their food and water and medicine.
Indeed.
Second priority is to stop the killing and have a sort of truce in order to breathe a little bit. But this is very difficult because Israel is refusing this. They want to continue killing people. And unfortunately, I am sad to say that they are supported highly by the United Nations. $14 billion are there, and some special forces of the American army is engaged. The maritime forces are there in the Red Sea and in the Mediterranean. Europe is not much better, but it is trying to do this and that.
Right.
So stopping the killing is our second priority. Then we are asking, our third priority is to sit on the negotiation table and to find a solution. And we are not asking for much. We are asking Israel to respect the United Nations decision in 1948, which established Israel, because this decision divided the map of Palestine among the Israelis and the Palestinians.
Right.
And I would vote for this map because it gives the Palestinians 51% of the land, while now they are less than 20% in the area they are occupying. Or I ask Israel to respect its signature recently on the Oslo treatment that was in 1993 between Yasser Arafat and his counterparts Rabin and Shimon Peres.
Or to respect, Mr. Ambassador, any item that belongs to humanitarian law or international law. One of the best things I've heard, the best trivia question I personally heard, is the following: name one war crime Israel did not commit. So, in fact, what do you think the South African case in The Hague against Israel, South Africa that had, of course, for years suffered from apartheid before the great leader Nelson Mandela brought this to an end. Where do you think this is going, and how much pressure will it put on Israel? And is there enough diplomatic pressure that will be put on Israel, even by the US, that can make it respect international law?
If it puts pressure, it will be putting pressure on the United Nations and the European Union and those who are supporting Israel, because Israel itself, it has plenty of decisions from the United Nations Security Council, from the United Nations General Assembly, and they never respect those decisions. And this, justice.
The International Court of Justice.
The International Court of Justice. It wouldn't force Israel to do anything, but it would be shame on the Americans and the Europeans to respect it. So it is a sort of pressure, but not a real pressure on Israel, which doesn't respect its signature, mind you, of the International Court of Justice.
Indeed, and which doesn't understand that indeed a two-state solution is the only solution to lasting peace, a just solution that will bring peace to the entire region. This is the position of Egypt.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
These are even the words of the United States. But the final question is the U.S. credible when it says that? I mean, do they really mean it?
Some wise Jewish communities, and there are plenty of wise Jews everywhere, even in the United States. Even the president of the United States discovered that one-state solution, it will lead to nowhere, because if you close your eyes for the coming 10 or 20 years, the Palestinians will outnumber the Israelis. So what country will be that? Mind you that they are also making enemies all over the borders they have, with Syria, with Lebanon, with Jordan, not very friendly with Egypt. So the two-state solution is a Jewish solution, as a matter of fact. So I think this is the only way in order to settle this matter.
Indeed. Your Excellency, Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for your time, as always, sir.